All right, good morning, everybody. So I just centered. I don't have anyone live yet. That's okay. This is going to be recorded, and I'll put it back up. Well, my Facebook Live recording will be on my Facebook page, and then I have a Violet Crown Yoga YouTube account, so I'll upload this to that YouTube page as well. It's early. I'm lucky that my kids sleep in. I have 3 little ones. So they're asleep in this room behind me. I moved across the house last week, but this is my yoga space. So hopefully, I think there's enough white noise in their room that they shouldn't hear me. But there's a chance we could get a visitor. So I've got this going via Zoom and Facebook. If anyone does hop on live, feel free to comment, chat, or you can use the audio to comment any requests or questions. We're going to use a strap. So you can use the belt of a robe, a dog leash, an actual yoga strap if you have one of those. This is a robe belt that I use. Anything that works, a towel, like a large beach towel rolled up is fine too. So we're going to start out, I've got a blanket underneath my seat, so just fold it up a little bit to give me a little bit of height. And I'm going to come right to the edge of the blanket. And then bring soles of your feet together. And then you can just shift a little bit, so getting your sitting bones to spread a little bit and ground. And we'll start to fold forward. And then as you're starting to fold, you can shift a little bit. So I've got my hands here just kind of shifting side to side, knees moving either way. And then use your exhale to soften. And take a big breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And you'll slowly start to make your way back up. Hi, I see Becky's joined us. All right, so we're going to come to our backs now. All right, so early morning practice, we're just getting out of bed. It's better to just start out here on your back to let your spine elongate how it has been in the bed. Feeling pretty sleepy today. So you're going to stretch your arms overhead. And then we're going to sweep them over to the left. And then you'll take your legs and sweep them over to the left. So you may grab your right wrist with your left hand, or even your left wrist with your right hand. You can also take your left hand down toward your feet. So you're kind of coming into a banana shape or a crescent shape. And then if you'd like, you could cross either leg over the other leg. You can also just keep your feet right next to each other. They're just going to hang out here for several rounds of breaths to open up through the right side of your body. You're getting a little bit of a squeeze on the left side, so it's nice to take your left hand down and kind of walk your left shoulder down. All right, let's come back through center. We'll take both arms and legs up. And then just pause, notice how each side feels. And then you're going to walk your feet over to the right. And your arms over to the right. So you may stay just like this, arms and legs next to each other. You might grab your left wrist. You might cross your left leg over your right or your right over your left. Or you may take your right hand down and kind of walk your shoulder down. So you're getting that nice squeeze on the right side, stretch on the left side. And you're going to hang out there. And I'm going to check my Zoom meeting and see if people are waiting to join. Forget that happened last week. No, we're good. All right. So just notice how this side feels compared to the other side. All right, we'll slowly come back through center. Pause here. Notice how each side feels. We're going to find some length. So just point your toes, reach your fingertips overhead. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, knees back into your belly. Rock a little bit side to side. Just notice your low back, your hips. You get a little massage here as you rock side to side. All right, and then we're going to start to roll up and down on your spine. So you can also roll side to side if this works better. So just kind of waking up your spine here. You can even maybe tap your toes overhead. Not going to happen for me right now. And then we'll come up to boat pose. So you can have your feet lifted or even have your toes down if that's where you are right now. Starting to draw your navel in towards your spine, hugging the outer edges of your belly. And you may keep your hands right here. You may take them forward. You may take them up. We're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to tap both toes down. And you'll inhale as you lift. Exhale, tap your toes down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap your toes down. We'll inhale, lift here. We're going to pause here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift your knees down to the right. You're going to imagine you're like rowing a boat to the left. Inhale back up, and then you'll exhale. So this can also be done with toes on the ground or your feet on the ground. So just know that you can modify in ways that your body needs. All right, you're going to inhale, come back up through center. As you exhale, you're going to cross at your feet and then make your way into hands and knees. So hands are lined up under your knees. Hey, Kelly. Hands lined up under your shoulders. I think I said knees here. So hands and knees lined up, knees about hips distance apart, and then keep your elbows a little bit soft. You're going to inhale as you pull your heart forward, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press the ground away. And then inhale as you open. And exhale. We'll inhale one more time here. Tuck your toes under. As you exhale, hips up and back, come into downward facing dog. Take my sweater off here. And then just taking a moment here, you can walk it out. If you prefer to stay on hands and knees, that's fine too. So you want to shake your head yes or no. My knee has been bothering me lately, so it was a little achy this morning. All right, let's walk your feet toward each other. So you're gonna bend your elbows, bend your knees. Big toes are touching, so you're still in down dog, but your feet are closed. Where a traditional down dog, your feet are around hips distance. We're gonna take an inhale as you root down. On your exhale, take your right leg up and back. So my left knee is still pretty soft. You'll notice I've got a bend there. This allows me to keep my hips square and my right leg lifts a little higher. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're just going to start to stack your hips. So open up, drop your left heel down, or, a little closer to the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, release. And then we're going to inhale, knees down to the ground. Let's pause here. And child's pose in between sides. You can roll your wrist out if that's already starting to bother you a little bit. Turn my music down a little bit. Last week, my music was kind of drowning out my words a little bit unintentionally. So let me know if that sound bothers you. All right, let's come back up. Hands and knees, tuck your toes under, exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Again, you can find a little movement here. So just walking it out a little bit. And let's walk your feet toward each other. So big toes touch, soft elbows, soft knees. Take an inhale, root down. As you exhale, take your left leg up and back. So again, my right knee is soft. My hips are pointing down toward the ground. And then you're going to start to bend your left knee as you stack your hips, opening out to the left. You can drop your right heel down, straightening your right leg. Inhale your leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. All right, we're going to inhale, drop your knees down to your mat. As you exhale, walk your legs back so you're here in a variation of plank pose. So you're also welcome to lift your knees if you like, but we'll start out with knees down. So I'm going to take my hands wide. Pinkies are at the edges of the mat here. Elbows are soft. You want your elbows to point back a little bit. And then start to hug your navel in towards your spine. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to do a tiny push-ups. Elbows point back toward the back of the mat. Shoulders stay above your elbows. You're going to inhale back up and then exhale. Now notice the position of your head. If you're starting to drop it like this, which is not uncommon, I want you to keep it long. Your neck is long. You're pressing it through the base of your skull. We're going to inhale back up. And then on your exhale this time, we're going to come all the way down. We're going to inhale, come up into Sphinx pose. So you're coming to your forearms. Elbows are just a little bit in front of your shoulders here. And then we'll inhale as you're going to pull back with your forearms, heart shines forward. On your exhale, drop your right shoulder down, gaze comes over your left. Now inhale back through center. Now exhale the opposite way. Inhale back through center. Exhale. We'll do that one more time on either side. Inhale back through center and then exhale. All right, let's come back through center. You're gonna slide your hands back to the top of your rib cage, up to hands and knees, and then you'll tuck your chest under. Downward facing dog. Inhale your gaze forward between your hands. As you exhale, start to walk your feet forward. Find a standing forward fold. Shake your head yes and no. Let the crown of your head draw down. We're going to let your fingertips touch the ground here. So if your hands don't touch the ground, you can bend your knees generously as much as you may need. You'll notice I have a little bit of a bend here. You can also use props like blocks or maybe a stack of books or something if you need to bring the ground a little higher. So if your palms are flat, go ahead and tent your hands. It's just your fingertips touching the ground here. Got those acupressure points pressing down. Take an inhale as you press down through your hand, through the soles of your feet. On your exhale, you'll slowly start to lift. The belly hugs in as you're lifting. So you want to feel that core work. And then we'll inhale, arms up at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And then we'll pause here for a few breaths. So just starting out, moving slow. Let your thumbs rest against your heart center here. All right. Got my cat visiting. Might have to let her out. Okay, so you're going to come toward the top of your mat. Either direction is fine. Actually, I'm going to face the other way. I'm going to do your right leg first. I'm going to switch directions on my mat. You don't have to do this, but this is just so I face the camera. So either direction that's forward for you is fine. All right, so we're going to inhale. You're going to take your arms out, but now you're just going to pause. Let your shoulders relax. You're going to take your right leg forward. So toes may be on the ground, or you may start to lift, just finding your balance. So with this balancing work, you can keep your left knee soft. I'm right next to a wall, so I get to cheat. So just notice how your balance is in the morning. Balance shifts daily. It shifts throughout the day. So There's no right or wrong if you're feeling like your balance is a little off. We're going to take one more inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to slowly start to step your right foot back. Bring your hands to your heart center. So you're finding a high lunge here. You can keep your back knee just a little bit soft and then really start to find that length from tailbone all the way through the front of your head. Take your arms up. We're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your elbows. We'll inhale, palms up to touch. As you exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground. And then we're going to inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And I ended up facing the wrong way. Anyway. All right, let's take an inhale through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. All right, we're going to walk your feet toward each other again. So you're coming into downward facing dog with big toes touching, soft elbows, soft knees. Take an inhale. As you root down, as you exhale, you're going to take your right leg up and back. The left knee is soft. We're going to inhale, extend out through the sole of the right foot. As you exhale, let's bring your right knee toward your nose. Just let your shin hover. Now inhale up and back. As you exhale, step your foot forward, plant it in between your hands. So it might take a few steps to get your foot down. That's fine. You're going to root down through your fingertips just like you did in that standing forward fold earlier. Find a strong foundation and notice how your weight is distributed here between your feet and your fingertips. We're going to take an inhale as you root down. On your exhale, you'll slowly lift. Low belly hugs in as you lift. And then inhale, arms up to the top. So right knee is forward, left leg is back. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. As you exhale, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to swing it back, and then come into a twist. So for your hips, draw toward each other, and your thighs draw toward each other as you come into this twist. You might even try turning your gaze over your back hand. So this is a balance here too. So just notice, if you feel wobbly, you can always take your feet a little wider on your mat. We'll inhale back up through center. As you exhale, we're going to drop your back heel down, open up into Warrior Two. So here in Warrior Two, the alignment, front toes point forward. Back foot is parallel with the edge of the mat, or toes can turn in a little bit. And then my favorite variation of alignment is heel to heel. So you get a little bit more opening in your hips here. We're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, you'll drop your left hand down, reach up and back with your right hand. And then we'll inhale, arms open wide. As you exhale, right hand, right forearm to thigh. You're going to sweep your left fingertips forward. And then we're going to inhale, sweep both hands back up, Warrior Two. As you exhale, you're going to start to straighten your leg and then turn toes to face the side of your mat. So arms out to the side here. We'll inhale, arms up, and might turn your gaze up. As you exhale, wide-legged forward fold. We'll inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, let's start to walk your hands forward, wide-legged, downward facing dog. So notice how this variation of down dog feels different. Less weight in your hands. It's a little bit more stretch in the backs of your legs. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. And then we're going to start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. We're going to start to shift a little bit side to side. So bending into either knee. You can keep your hands steady here. You can start to trace your fingertips along the ground or in the space in front of you. So just exploring inner thighs here. You can stay low if you want. Sometimes it feels better to turn your toes out, so that's an option. I feel like there's a lot of junk in my screen. All right, so next time you come over to your left, you're going to pause. So it may be high like this, both feet grounded. You may be able to go a little lower. You may be able to come all the way down, popping your right toes up, maybe your left heel lifts, and you can bring hands to your heart center, or you can keep hands down. So just finding your balance. And take an inhale here. As you exhale, you'll release your hand, and then you'll come all the way back around, facing the right side of your mat, the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. As you exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. And we'll inhale up and back, exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's inhale, knees down to your mat. As you exhale, you'll walk your knees back, find that variation of plank pose. Fingers or hands wide, so pinkies are at the edges of your mat. Take an inhale here as you press the ground away. Exhale, tiny little push-up. It may just be like 2 inches, and that's fine. Elbows point back. Inhale, back up. Keep your core steady and engaged to your exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we're all the way down to your belly. So here, we're going to take, we'll start with your left hand. So you're going to take left hand out to the side. This cat's going to move. So your hand is around shoulder height. You're going to start to roll onto the left side of your body. So you may keep your right leg forward. You may bend it, plant the sole of your foot, knee points toward the ceiling. And then you may keep your right hand here. You might start to reach up a little bit or even back. All right, one more inhale. We'll come back through center, and you're just going to pause here. Let's stack your palms. Let your head rest on your palms. Shake your hips side to side. All right, let's try the other side. So right hand is going to come out to the side. I have to scoot over a little bit so I have space. You'll start to roll onto the right side. So same thing, you may keep your left foot forward. This may be a good stretch. You may start to bring your left foot behind your right. If your right arm is your dominant arm, it's usually going to feel a little more intense here. So just notice that, or if your left arm is that other side, would it feel more intense? So you may stay just like this. You may take your left arm up. You may start to reach it back a little bit. One more inhale here as you exhale. Come back through center. And then we're just going to pause. Shake your hips a little bit side to side. And then you're going to make your way back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under as you exhale. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. She got me. I might have to let this cat out. All right, you're going to soften your knees, bring your feet a little bit closer together. Gaze forward. You can either step or you can hop forward. Find a standing forward fold. You're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Fingertips press into the ground. Take an inhale as you root down. On your exhale, slowly rise up. Low belly hugs in. I'll inhale, arms up at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And then just pause. Take a breath or two here. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice how each side of your body feels. All right. I'm going to turn to face the other side. So I end up facing you, but you can stay facing whichever way you'd like. So we're going to inhale, arms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, just soften your shoulders. We're going to take your left leg forward, so toes may be on the ground for balance, or you might start to lift. And then you can keep your right knee soft to help strengthen all the muscles around your knee, but it also helps protect your knee and makes your balance a little easier. Take one more inhale here. Reach up through your fingertips as you exhale. Start to step your left leg back. You're going to come into that high lunge here. So I mentioned this on the other side, but if you're feeling wobbly, like this is the balance right here. Being close to a wall is fine, so you might just need to reach over and grab the wall. But you can also take your feet wider, side to side on your mat. So that will give you a wider base, a more firm foundation. So we're going to inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. We'll exhale, hand all the way back down to your mat. We're going to inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to inhale through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. Walk your feet toward each other so big toes come to touch. You're going to bend your elbows, bend your knees. We'll take an inhale here. As you exhale, take your left leg up and back. You're gonna inhale, extend up through the sole of your foot. As you exhale, bring your knee toward your nose. Let your shin hover. We'll inhale up and back. And then as you exhale, you'll step it forward, plant it in between your hands. So you may take a few steps, you may use your hand to get your foot there, and that's fine. We're gonna press fingertips into the ground. Again, if you need a prop, you can grab a prop. We're gonna take an inhale as you root down. On your exhale, engage your core. You'll slowly start to lift, but feel that strength in your core as you lift. And then you'll inhale, arms up to the top. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. On your exhale, you're gonna sweep your left hand back. Find that twist, so hips draw toward each other. Finding your balance. We'll inhale, arms back up. As you exhale, drop your back heel down, open your arms wide, warrior two. Now let my cat out. So you'll pause here in warrior two. So finding that alignment, so left toes point forward, right foot is parallel with the edge of the mat, or toes turn in a little bit. We'll take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop your right hand, reach up and back with your left. We'll inhale, arms open wide. As you exhale, left forearm to thigh, right fingertips reach forward. Next inhale, we'll take arms wide again. As you exhale, you'll start to straighten your leg, and then we'll turn toes forward. Let's inhale, arms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, find that wide-legged forward fold. We'll inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, start to walk your hands forward. Wide-legged downward facing dog. And then just pause, feel your connection to the earth. Notice how your breath moves. All right, let's walk your hands back under your shoulders. And then we'll start to shift side to side here. So just bending into either knee, hands can stay in the same place. You can trace fingertips along the ground. And then next time you come over to the right, you can pause. So you may stay high. It may look just like this. You may be able to come all the way down toward the ground or somewhere in between. Hands can stay on the ground or come to your heart center. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands. You're going to walk all the way around. And then we'll inhale, left leg up and back. As you exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. Inhale, extend your leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're gonna walk your big toes toward touching. Soft elbows, soft knees. Inhale, your gaze forward. As you exhale, you can either step or hop forward. We'll find a standing forward fold. So inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Fingertips press into the ground. Take an inhale here as you root down. As you exhale, slowly rise up. Low belly hugs in. And then we'll inhale, arms up to the top. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And just pause. Come back to your breath. Notice your heartbeat. All right, release your hands. We're gonna grab your strap. So you came in late, we're gonna use a strap. I have a belt from a robe, but you can use a dog leash. You can get creative. So we'll start with the strap around. Just let it rest around your shoulders here. Make mine a little shorter. It's not dangling. All right, so in front of your mat, either side is fine. We're gonna inhale, arms up again. Exhale, just soften your shoulders. I'm gonna take my right leg forward, two toes on the ground, or you may lift. All right, it wasn't my intention to use this strap here, but I'm gonna let that be an option. So you can either keep your leg just like this, maybe take your hands to your leg, or you can take your strap and start to bring it around the sole of your foot. So you'll take the strap into your right hand, or you might be able to grab your toes. Sometimes I can do that. It's kind of early. So you're gonna take your left arm, you're gonna reach back. You're gonna find a twist here, maybe. So you can either use the strap or you'll just have your right knee bent with your right hand on your knee. I'm pretty wobbly here, but that's the good work. That's working the muscles in around my knee and my ankle and foot that help keep us steady. And inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, you're gonna release the strap if you've got the strap. And then we'll step back, find that high lunge. Glad there's a wall here. We're gonna take an inhale here, exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. Exhale, we're gonna bring hands to your heart center. So you've got your right leg forward, left leg back right now. I'm gonna take the strap into my hands again. So I'm gonna have mine a little wider than shoulder width. You can adjust this as we get into it. We're gonna inhale, arms up. As you exhale, I need mine wider. Exhale, you're gonna bring it back behind you. And then we'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring it forward. Keep your core strong here. I'm gonna wrap it around my hands so the tails aren't as long. Inhale up, exhale back. So if you have to bend your elbows to get your hands back behind you, you're gonna take your hands wider on the strap. And then if it doesn't feel like you're doing anything, you can take your hands more narrow. And let's inhale back up one more time. As you exhale, we're just gonna pause, find that sweet spot. So it may be where I am, it may be a little lower, it may be a little higher. And then you're gonna reach over to your left. Really root down through the right heel. And inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, let's release your strap. And then we'll inhale, arms up without the strap. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's walk feet toward each other. Soft elbows, soft knees. Inhale as you root down. As you exhale, take your right leg up and back. You're gonna inhale, extend out through the sole of your foot. As you exhale, knee toward your nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step forward. You're gonna keep your back heel lifted, fingertips root into the ground. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, rise. Engage your core as you lift. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. As you exhale, you're gonna come back into that twist. You can inhale here, reach fingertip to fingertip. As you exhale, unwind. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, step your back heel down. We'll open up into warrior two. We'll inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, warrior two. We'll inhale, right forearm down, sweep your left fingertips forward. Take an inhale here. This time you're just gonna sweep your hands down, walk around. We'll find a wide-legged downward facing dog. Next inhale, you'll start to walk hands under your shoulders. We're gonna start to shift into either leg. You can keep your hands planted or trace your fingertips. Next time you come over to your left, we're gonna pause. It may be high, it may be low. Find your balance or keep your hands on the ground or your knee for a steady foundation. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna walk all the way back around. You'll inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. And inhale, leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can inhale through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. You're welcome to move through a vinyasa flow here if you'd like, or you can inhale your gaze forward between your hands and you can either step or you can hop forward. Find a standing forward fold. So inhale, lift up halfway, exhale, fold. Fingertips press into the ground. You can inhale here, root down. On your exhale, rise up, low belly hugs in. And we'll inhale, arms up at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart center.
Good. All right, grab your strap. I'm going to turn to face the opposite way so I face the camera. So we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale as you soften your shoulders. I'm going to take my left foot forward, so left toes touch the ground, or you can lift and find balance. I'm going to take an inhale here. No, actually, I forgot we did the balancing part. So you can stay here, hands on your leg. You can start to straighten your leg if you'd like, using your strap, or maybe you can grab your toes. And then we're going to take your right arm back behind you. So just finding this balance here. All right, you're going to inhale, bring your hand back up through center. As you exhale, you can release your strap. We'll keep it around your shoulders, and then slowly step back. Find that high line. We'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. You'll exhale, hands to your heart center. So we'll revisit that strap work on this side. So maybe your hands are a little wider this time. Maybe they're the same. Just notice how it feels compared to the other side. So we're going to inhale, arms up. As you exhale, bring your hands back behind you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. All right, we're going to inhale up. As you exhale again, you'll just find that sweet spot. We're going to inhale, arms up. As you exhale, you're going to find that lateral stretch to drop your hand down to the right. We'll inhale back up through center. As you exhale, you can drop your strap. You're going to bring hands back down to the ground. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just walk your feet toward each other. So soft elbows, soft knees here. You'll inhale, root down. As you exhale, take your left leg up and back. Take an inhale, extend out through the sole of your foot. As you exhale, knee toward your nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward, plant it in between your hands. Take an inhale as you root down through your fingertips. On your exhale, slowly lift. We'll inhale, arms up at the top. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, palms up to touch. As you exhale, you'll find that twist. We'll inhale, back up through center. As you exhale, drop your back heel down. Open up into warrior two. Take an inhale here, drop your right hand, reach left fingertips up and back. Exhale, hands back, warrior two. Take an inhale here, left arm down, reach your right fingertips over. And then on your exhale, this time we're gonna walk your hands around. So this time, instead of walking forward to the wide-legged down dog, you're gonna walk your hands back behind you. So fingertips draw back, your crown of your head draws down. And we'll walk hands back under your shoulders. Let's start to shift into either knee, just shifting a little bit side to side. You can trace your fingertips or not. And then the next time you come over to your right, you can come all the way down. Or you can stay high. You have a choice. Maybe hands are at your heart. Maybe they're touching the ground for balance. All right, one more inhale here. As you exhale, you can walk your hands all the way around. Find that low lunge. We'll inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bend your knee, stack your hips. And then we'll inhale up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your knees down to your mat. Exhale, walk them back. We're going to take an inhale here. Take your hands wide. Pinkies touch the edges of your mat. As you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Keep your elbows pointed back. Then we're going to inhale, rise up into cobra. So hands are right near the top of the rib cage. You're pulling back to begin. You're going to press up through the base of your skull. Pinky toes touch the ground. We're going to lift your palms. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to lower your head and your chest, but keep your hands lifted. And then we'll inhale back up. Now, as we lift, keep your belly hugging in. So notice there's a tendency to press out a little bit, but I want you to keep edges of your belly drawing in, your navel drawing in toward the spine. Exhale, lower, hands stay lifted. Inhale, lift. One more time. As you exhale this time, we'll take hands back behind you. Just reach your fingertips toward the back of your mat. You can keep your hands wide like this, or maybe it would feel okay to interlace your fingers, or maybe you grab your strap. If you've got it close, you can grab your strap and pull apart. But I want you to stay strong. Keep your pinky toes touching the ground, which means your legs are active. Press up through the base of your skull so your neck is long. I don't want it crunched like that. I don't want it down. Long. One more inhale. As you exhale, release your strap. Stack your palms, let your head rest. Shake your hips side to side. All right, let's start to press up and back. We're gonna come into child's pose. You can move slowly, so maybe shaking your hips as you press back. And just allow your breath to slow down, taking big long exhales. Noticing your heartbeat. You can slowly unfold here. Let's come to your back now. I'm going to slow it down. All right, so come to your back. You're going to take your feet wide as your mat, knees rest against each other. Toes straight. Sorry, it's still early for me. Just take a moment. Hands can rest on your belly or they can rest to the side. Just feel the support of the earth here. And start to windshield wiper your knees so your feet are still wide. All right, next time you come over to your right, we're going to come into a twist. So my feet are wide still. If this variation doesn't work, feel free to stack your knees if you'd rather do that. You can stay just like this. You can take your right foot and hook your ankle on top of your left knee, arms wide. And then the other option, you're going to keep your feet separate. You may reach down and grab the top of your left foot and just bring a little, maybe tuck it in so you get a little more opening through the front of your left leg. But if you're choosing this option, keep your right foot to the side. You can't cross on top here. You could risk injuring your left knee if you do that. Maybe there's a sweetness that comes with slowing down. All right, we're gonna slowly come back through center and then just pause before you switch sides. And we'll windshield wiper again, side to side. And then as you come down to your left, you'll find that twist. So legs are still wide if you prefer, or you could also stack your knees if that feels better. It may be different on this side. You may take your left ankle and hook it on top of your right leg. So this is one option. You can keep your feet wide, just how we were, or not with your ankle hooked on top. You're going to reach down. Maybe grab the top of your right foot and tuck it in. So it's different variations of the pose, and it's not like one is better than the other or more true to the pose. It's really just depends on what you want in your body right now. This is what feels good to me. This is kind of intense, but that's not always what we're aiming for in the practice. All right, let's take one more breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Start to untwist. And then you'll just pause again. Notice how each side feels, how that work lingers. And then we're going to hug knees into your belly. Let your fingertips point toward your toes. You're going to exhale, bend your elbows, hug your knees in. As you inhale, let your knees pull your arms straight, and then exhale. And inhale. We're going to hug your knees in one last time. Rock a little bit side to side. And then as you are ready, you're going to come into Shavasana. So that could just mean that you're on your back, flat on your back, resting here. If you've got a blanket, you can roll up a blanket under your knees. I'll suggest, I don't have anything to demo this, if you're close to a couch, to just take your legs up the couch so your knees are at the back, a couch or a chair, even the bottom. Might look more like this. That's a really lovely way to find Shavasana and practice. We're going to run just a little bit past 8, a few minutes past. But just allow yourself to be supported. I'm going to kick my legs up the wall right now. If you've got a wall, you can also choose that. So as you rest, just release any control that you have over your body, over your breath. And allow yourself to be supported by the earth here. Allow yourself to surrender to that support. And as you hang out here, just acknowledge whatever arises. So whatever arises in your body, in your mind, maybe your house is beginning to stir a little bit as you hang out. But just taking whatever is here, letting it be part of the present moment. And know this is your story, so there's no right or wrong. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the feeling of the ground beneath your body. Begin to find a little bit of movement. And as you're ready, you can hug your knees into your belly and roll to either side. Slowly make your way back up to a seated position. Allow yourself to just be supported back to your breath. Notice what is present in your body and in your mind. Know that whatever is here is valid. And even after a yoga practice, don't expect your mind to be a certain way. It doesn't need to be clear, it doesn't need to be happy thoughts. It's really just a space for you to really acknowledge what is here and let it be present. So whatever we experience, these are all human experiences. Part of your story. Bring your hands to your heart center and bow your head down to your heart. And I honor all of your lightness and all of your darkness. I'm grateful to share this space with you and to share your energy. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Becky and Kelly. And anyone else who may view the recording. So this will be up on Facebook Live, so you can always come back to it. Or I also have a YouTube channel where I've been uploading my videos. So it's Violet Crown Yoga. You can also go to my website. I've got all the videos linked. violetcrownyoga.com. And then if you would like, there's no obligation if you want to donate a few dollars for this class. At Venmo, it's Jessica Ruthie, or that's RUTHIE, or PayPal, Jessica K. Stevens. But otherwise, just share with your friends, with anyone who may need it. I appreciate any support. And let me know if you have questions, feedback. Thanks. Have a great Thursday. I'll be back. I think I'm going to start doing this regularly on Thursdays. So. You can follow my Facebook page for other classes that I stream live. I stream Mondays at 4:30 at Studio Mantra, and I do other stuff periodically. Thanks, everybody.